Hello guys, welcome back to Pharma Palette. So today in this video, we are going to discuss about the autonomic nervous system. Especially, we are going to discuss about the sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous system in detail. So without any further delay, let's get into the video. So the autonomic nervous system is mainly responsible for the involuntary control of internal organs. So this mainly controls the smooth muscles, cardiac muscles and the glands which are present in our body. And this is mainly divided into two divisions. One is the sympathetic system and parasympathetic system. This sympathetic system is mainly useful for providing the fight and flight response, and this parasympathetic system is useful for providing the rest and digest response. Similarly, here this is also having an enteric nervous system, which is also a part of this ANS, which will be controlling the GI tract. Now let's get into the sympathetic nervous system in detail. So we already know that this sympathetic nervous system will be providing the fight and flight response. So to understand this better, let's try to see a diagram. So here, consider this molecule. So consider this part as a preganglionic fiber. And consider this portion as a postganglionic fiber. And here, this molecule, we will be calling it as acetylcholine. And here, this one, we will be calling it as a nicotinic receptor. And here, this portion, we will be calling it as a norepinephrine. And here there is alpha and beta, where these two are the adrenergic receptors. Let's see what happens in the sympathetic control. So, in the sympathetic control, what happens is there will be a preganglionic fiber and a postganglionic fiber. So, here in the sympathetic system, the preganglionic fiber will be short and the postganglionic fiber will be long. And this will be consisting of two things. One is the preganglionic fiber and the postganglionic fiber. So these both, they are connected with the help of a ganglia. So these preganglionic fiber and postganglionic fiber, they are connected in the ganglia. Two different neurotransmitters are released. So one is the acetylcholine, other one is norepinephrine. So two different neurotransmitters are released in this sympathetic nervous system. So the acetylcholine and the norepinephrine are the two neurotransmitters released in the sympathetic nervous system. This acetylcholine has been released from the preganglionic fiber, whereas this norepinephrine has been released from the postganglionic fiber. This acetylcholine, which is released from the preganglionic fiber, will be binding to this nicotinic receptors in the postganglionic fiber. Similarly, the norepinephrine will be binding to the adrenergic receptors which are present at the end of the tissue. Simple. If you know this diagram, it is easy to describe it. So here we are trying to know the sympathetic control. So the sympathetic nervous system generally shows the fight and flight response. So what's happening in this? Normally there is a preganglionic fiber and a postganglionic fiber. So these two, they are connected in the ganglia region, and there are two different neurotransmitters released. One is acetylcholine, which is released from the preganglionic fiber, and the other one is the norepinephrine, which has been released from the postganglionic fibers. Now, this acetylcholine, which is released from the preganglionic fiber, will be binding to the nicotinic receptor that is present on this postganglionic fiber. Similarly, the norepinephrine, which has been released from the postganglionic fiber, will be binding to this adrenergic receptors which are present at the end of the tissue. The answer. So learn the diagram, understand it, describe the same thing in your answer. Now let's get into the second one, which is the parasympathetic nervous system. This is also very easy. So in the parasympathetic nervous system, what happens is this system mainly prepares the body to provide the relaxation response. Because it is a relaxation response, this is also called as the rest and digest response. Let's try to know this with the help of a diagram again. So consider this molecule. So consider this part as a preganglionic fiber. Similarly, this part as a postganglionic fiber. If you can see the difference here, the preganglionic fiber is long and the postganglionic fiber is short. Here there will be presence of the neurotransmitter acetylcholine, and also there will be a nicotinic receptor. So this is a nicotinic receptor. And at the end there is acetylcholine. There is a muscarinic receptor. In the parasympathetic nervous system, so this is the representation of a smooth muscle or a cardiac muscle for the parasympathetic control. So what is happening here? Similarly, just like sympathetic nervous system, this is having a preganglionic fiber and a postganglionic fiber that have been present or connected in the ganglia. And the difference is that the preganglionic fiber is long and the postganglionic fiber is short here. And there is only one neurotransmitter present here, that is the acetylcholine, from both preganglionic fiber and the postganglionic fiber. So only one neurotransmitter is released. So this released acetylcholine will be binding to different receptors. So if it is released from the preganglionic fiber, it is going and binding to the nicotinic receptor. Similarly, it has been released from the postganglionic fiber. This will be going and binding to the muscarinic receptors. Let me just give you the points once again for this. So parasympathetic nervous system. So first point you will be writing is this will be preparing our body to give a relaxation response. So this is also called as the rest digest response. So the third point will be this will be consisting of preganglionic fibers and a postganglionic fiber that has been connected in the ganglia. And then the fourth point is the preganglionic fiber is long and the postganglionic fiber is short. Then the fifth point is only one neurotransmitter has been released from it, and that is acetylcholine. Then the sixth point will be this released acetylcholine can be binded to the different receptors. Then the seventh point is so the acetylcholine which is released from this preganglionic fiber has been bound to the nicotinic receptors and to the muscarinic receptors at the end of the tissue. That's it. So these are the points you need to include under this parasympathetic nervous system. So that is all about the complete details about the sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous system. So in this video, we have just seen how does the sympathetic and parasympathetic control happen in the body. In the next video, we will be learning the main functions of both sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous system. We will also differentiate this sympathetic and parasympathetic. So if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to Pharma Palette. See you all in the next video and thanks for watching.